And now I try for the 100th millionth time to make this video. Okay, so this is part one of the, hopefully, series of my experience coming out being gay. I'll let you know if it's part one by whether or not it says part one up there. If it doesn't, that means I got out all my feelings in this next segment. But yeah, let's dive right in, kids. One of the number one questions you guys give me is, how do you know you're gay? How did you know you're gay? What are the signs of being gay? Blah, 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 blah. As if it was like a symptomatic disease where it's like, oh, I had a fever, but I also had like a hive, so I knew it was homosexuality. No, it's not that superficial and it's not that easy. If it were, that would be great. It would be awesome to wake up one morning and be like, did I just put on some hiking boots? I must be gay. Did I just play volleyball? I must be gay. Did I just suck a dick? This is a man talking. I must be gay. But it's not like that at all, or at least it wasn't like that at all for me. And it might be like that for you. Everyone's life is very different, and homosexuality isn't about your superficial interests in music or fashion or sports or any of that. And I think that that's what makes it so difficult, is that people want to quantify it or qualify it and put it in a specific category of like, these are the things that gay people do. So if you are A, B, C, and D, then you are gay. And that leads to lots of frustration and upsetness. So I guess the most fair thing I can do is just tell you guys directly about my experience, and maybe it'll help some of you. Maybe it won't. Maybe it's just good to talk about it, because you guys have been just so sweet and so kind and so good to me. And I want to, be there for you too. So is this all part of an intro? I don't know. Let's just have a little sip of wine. Meow, 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 bing, bing. So for me, I guess the best place to start is by describing the environment I was raised in and that view on homosexuality. I was raised in a very conservative, homophobic environment that actually felt that being gay or being a homosexual was, I guess, a sort of perversion, like pedophilia or bestiality, or mainly pedophilia and bestiality, I guess, because that's the number one that like affects another living object person. So that's the environment that I was raised in. It was either that, or that these were people who were simply weak and desperate and needy and attention-seeking, or wounded in some unhealable way, and that's why they chose to become homosexuals. So those are my two options, right? Homosexuality is either A, choice of like selfish expression, look at me, look at me, look at me, or B, a deeply seated psychotic perversion. So growing up in that environment, I, for one, never assumed that I was a homosexual. In fact, it was very, very, very much out of my head. Consciously, every moment of every day, every moment of every friendship, out of my head. Definitely, definitely not gay. Now, growing up with that as a background, I also had an adverse home life wherein I was emancipated when I was 15 and and I finished my high school career as an adult. That meaning that I was an adult in the eyes of the state of California. And that's personal, and that experience is private, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But that being said, having to contend with so much adversity in the home, I really wasn't very concerned, actually, about romance or sex or whatever. I dated my best friends who were boys, and it seemed simple, and I was like, man, I must just be so stressed out about A, B, C, and D that I just can't seem to fall in love with any of these guys, or I just can't seem to enjoy physical activity with any of these guys. So I just assumed that that's what it was. Despite knowing, I guess, that wasn't it. So let's fast forward to college. I'm going to skip the girl story for now, and maybe I'll share it another time. A, because it involves another person who has their own lives, and I don't want to bring it up. And B, because it's not actually relevant. It's the ooey gooey, ooh, tingly-wingly stuff, but that's not really what matters. If I do choose to share it someday, I'll let you know via this channel. But skipping the story, realizing I was gay was kind of like, I don't know, waking up and realizing that you're black. I don't know a good way of putting it. It's just like you wake up and you realize something that, yes, you've known all along, B is inherent to you. It's a part of your physical nature. It's a part of your mental nature. It's just so much a part of you, but it has been in such a locked, tight, hidden place. So at the same time, it's like seeing for the first time a friend you've had all your life. I guess if that makes any sense. It's like, oh, I know you. I recognize you. Oh my God, what do I do? You've never been a part of my life before. I guess that's what it felt like. You know, and unfortunately, at the stage of my life that I was in college, being a Christian was a big part of my identity. And through the trials and tribulations and suffering that life had afforded thus far, having a very intimate and personal relationship with God, having a very faith-driven, pray every night, use the meditative qualities of spirituality to guide every decision, relationship with God. I guess the hardest part about being gay was feeling like I was inherently rejecting that, or that a part of that relationship is broken. And I guess that's something that I'm still like trying to figure out today. You know? When you're raised with the belief that perfection is possible, it's very hard to let go of that. But we do our best. So in the story, I'm at the point where I realize I'm gay, and I'm now a gay person who's officially in the closet, meaning that I know I'm gay, but nobody else does. So I come out to some close friends. They obviously are super, super supportive. Most of my close friends were intellectual atheists. So to them, they're like, you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. I come out to, I guess, a family member at a time. Actually, I'm just going to skip talking about family. But I will talk about community. So there I am. Now I'm like, I am officially gay. I am a gay person. Time to go find gay community and be with gay people all the time. I am gay now, so it's totally fundamentally changing every aspect of my social personality because now I'm one of the gay kids. And obviously that isn't true, and that isn't what happens. I think a part of why it was so easy for me to be closeted in high school was that I would look at the GSA, which is what we called the Gay Straight Alliance, and I would see these privileged kids who were so emo and so gothic, and they had everything they needed. They had food and money and love, and they just chose to be so wounded and so hateful, and that just made me so angry. So I guess I kind of always associated homosexuality with that too, which I now recognize is not correct. And let me put an overarching disclaimer on this whole video, guys, that I'm just being honest. I'm just saying how I did think. I'm not saying that this is the appropriate way to think, and I'm not saying that this is the way I think today, but I am saying, honestly, that this was the opinion that I had, you know? So I kind of let go of that. I'm like, okay, so these kids were, gay in high school, and that's what caused them to be so dramatic, and that's okay. I totally get it, and look at me. I was closeted, blah, 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 and I had all my issues and all the things I did to cope. So, to each his own. So let's fast forward to today. Let's fast forward to right now, and I will be incredibly honest with you. Here I am, an entertainer on the YouTube space, which is a very intimate, porous fourth wall space wherein I know you guys and I read what you say, and I feel responsible for you. I feel responsible for being authentic and telling you the things that I know and helping in any way that we can all help each other. Which in a big way is a huge help to me. It's a huge, huge help to me. So, do I still have issues with the fact that I'm gay? Yeah, in a very, very deep and personal way. Am I ashamed about it? No, absolutely not. I love that I'm gay because I love women. a lot. Maybe I'll make a second video called Things Hannah Loves About Girls, and that video will be fun and delightful. But this video is not like that. This video is like this. Yeah. So I guess that the point of this video is to say that this is the coming out story, and there's so much more to say. And I'm glad that you guys can be a part of this stage that I'm at in the coming out journey, which is, yes, I've accepted that I'm gay. I am no longer ashamed of being gay. I am open and out with the fact that I'm gay. And I'm trying to find a way to have community in a world where all I want is one big community. I just want us all to be a community, you know? I mean, I'm more inclined to go to a Friday night event called Jazz Enthusiasts than gay. But that's not because I don't like gay people. It's just I love jazz. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you guys in like a little bit because we're going to do a movie thing and it's super fun and great. But I just felt like it was finally time that I owed you this video. So, I love you. Tune in at 8 p.m. tonight to watch a movie. We're all going to watch a movie together. It'll look like this at this exact angle. And we'll be watching a movie and it'll be fun. The movie's called Small Town Big Gay. No, Small Town Gay Bar. And bring a drink. We'll have a good time. Talk to you soon. Love, Hannah. Okay, bye.